Why is it so freaking hard to actually prioritize ourselves? Well, I'll tell you, I feel like there are three big reasons, or these are reasons I've struggled with in my life. One is I was very much raised to believe that was selfish, that I should be thinking about others and what they need, how they feel, not hurt their feelings. So if I want to prioritize myself, what I want to do, how I feel, whatever it is, I feel selfish and I don't like that feeling. Number two, it is a huge habit to think about others first, to be doing for others. Because if you're like me, you're probably a big doer. You might relate to being a people pleaser. And just to simply break that habit of being busy all the time, especially for others, is a really hard habit to break. And number three is guilt. Usually, as soon as we start to even have the thought that we could put ourselves first, then we feel guilty for all the other people that are going to be impacted by that. So what do we do about it? I'm Brenda Florida, certified life coach, and I am all about you putting yourself first. And I know it's easier said than done, but here's the truth. When you put yourself first, what I'm talking about is prioritizing your own well-being in every way, emotionally, physically, spiritually, all the ways, so that you are then giving to others out of that overflow. So put something down in the comments if that makes sense to you a little bit, if that resonates a little bit. We hear that concept a lot, the sort of put your mask on your kid in an airplane before you put it on yourself. We really, truly do have a higher ability to bring our best self to the table for our work, for our family, for community involvement, whatever it is we want to do, when we prioritize ourselves first. So let's deal with these obstacles. Number one, being selfish, feeling selfish when you do it. The first thing I want you to realize is that is the fucking patriarchy, if you're a woman especially. But men, you get caught up in this from patriarchy as well. It just comes from a different angle. So let's fuck that patriarchy and stop letting a system define how we're going to live our lives. Let's choose how we're going to live our lives. Let's be intentional about how we're going to live our lives. And it happens one teeny tiny decision at a time. The reason why we're even talking about this week is because I experienced last week. So I have a lot of doing in my life. I like doing a lot of things. I like being busy. I run my own business as a solo entrepreneur. So that's a lot of things. I'm in school full time to earn a psychology degree. I've got 4 kids, 3 grandchildren, a grand dog that I'm house sitting today, and a lot of things, friends, things going on in life. And what happened was I had gotten to a point where I was feeling really tired, really worn out in a way that is unusual for me. And so I had to kind of stop and look at what was going on. And what I realized was exactly this, that I had stopped prioritizing myself. I was saying yes to too many things for other people and a few too many no's about things for myself. And that's kind of how you balance it. So you might even just start a list, whether it's on a piece of paper or in your phone or whatever, of how many things you did today for other people and how many did you do for yourself. Because that's where I find I start to get out of balance. As long as I keep those fairly what feels balanced to me. It's not about the exact same number of things on each side of your list. It's what feels like balance to you, what feels like well-being to you. And I had some company come from out of town, some pet sitting, helping one of my kids move, just a bunch of stuff that I said yes to, I wanted to, no obligation. They were all things I wanted to do, and any one of them was no big deal by itself. But I just had kind of a bunch of them stack up over several weeks. And so I realized I needed to stop and take a break. I needed to schedule a few days, take off a few things on my to-do list so that I could have more time for me. Well, that's where this number 2 comes in, then it's a habit. So actually, even after I had that awareness, it took me 2 days before I could actually get myself to like stop doing the things. Like even I didn't do the things that I had taken off my to-do list, but I filled in that time with other things, other chores around the house, things again that I wanted to do. But I realized after 2 days, like, okay, I'm still doing it. I'm still caught in all this doing. And I need to stop. So I just stopped. And for me, this was very effective. I listened to a guided meditation I have. It's about an hour long. I got in bed, like I just, stopped everything, got in bed, listened to this meditation. And when I came out of it, I felt like $1,000,000. So I didn't have to make some big life change. I needed to give myself an hour and break that habit of doing, whether it's for myself or for others. So let me know in the comments if that resonates with you. If you have something, sometimes I'll just go to the beach for a while. I don't always use meditation, but I do find that getting in nature or going inside in some way, a guided meditation, maybe listening to some quiet music, but like laying down. You don't want something as stimulating as television for this, because we're not looking for an escape. We're looking to go within. And so let me know in the comments if you have a thing like that, if you want to ask for some suggestions, if these things resonate with you, because those two things of feeling selfish about it and then not being able to break the habit are huge obstacles. And then last but not least is the guilt. Now, I did a really important video last week on guilt. So go check that out. I'll put the link here above. But it challenged that idea that guilt is just something we kind of have to live with. It's natural, it's normal. I mean, it is pretty natural and normal, but you don't have to live with it. It is not something worthy of guilt when you prioritize your own well-being. So let me know in the comments how this resonates. Let me know what your struggles with it are, and I'll do a video on that, because I always love to hear from you. I've got a link for my email if something you want to ask feels too private to put in the comments. I'll always respond to your comments. It will be me doing that. And then there's also a link in the description to book a 15-minute call if you want to explore working with me, because I have a few openings right now for one-on-one clients, and I would love to explore if now is the right time for you and I am the right coach for you. So until next time, I'm Brenda Florida, Certified Life Coach. Tell me about your challenges with prioritizing yourself.